What's going on, guys? This is Justin, and this is my Ultimate Team Tuesdays. Let's see if it'll refresh my stuff here. We are 4-2 going into this game. We have won our last 3 in a row. Just kind of a heads up, our 2 losses. One was a super close, great game. They went into overtime, and we scored, went down, scored, and then got beat on like an 80-yard rushing play. The second loss was we just got outplayed. We got blown out. Guy had a pretty solid team. Not amazing, but pretty solid team, and just outplayed us. So we are looking for 2 more wins to make the playoffs, or we have to sweep 4 more, which would make 7 wins in a row for our first round bye. Obviously, that is the goal. As that is still on the table. So this will, let's see, when will this, I'm commentating this like a week before it's going to go up. I'm not quite a week in front on all my videos, just on my Ultimate Team, because I like playing it so much. You know what, actually, disregard that. It's not going to be a week before, because I think I'm going to put up my Ultimate Team Tuesdays this upcoming Tuesday, and then I might do a double header, or I'll put this up on Wednesday, just because I want to play more MUT. I do, this is something, if I had an awesome internet speed, I would probably play 1 game of MUT a day, live com that, which I'm going to start doing live comms in MUT after this game. Started doing live comms in online head-to-head games. So from now on, they will all be live commentaries, which I think they're more exciting. You get to see kind of what happens in the moment. One of the things I have ran into in live comms, though, is that I have no idea how to not really mute the guy on the other end. That wasn't a really great hit stick. But to make sure that just he can't hear me, because I don't mind hearing him, I wouldn't really mind if you guys heard the opposition's reaction, but it's weird that he can hear me, because in a live comm I like to kind of run through what I'm doing, what I'm thinking. If he comes out in this formation, this is the formation I'm going to use, and this is why I'm going to use it. But if he can hear me, saying all these things, then it's really weird, because then he can adjust. So that's one of the things I've ran into, and look at this leg already in the game. I think the title of this game is going to be Leg City, I think is a good name. That's used a lot. Make up some, like a legopotamus, but maybe people think that's a disease of the leg or something. I don't know. It'll be some sort of variation on the word leg, and some sort of other word in there that does not make any sense. And he catches that down by his feet. But whatever, it's 1 yard. So yeah, it'll be some sort of variation of leg. Because man, was this game leggy. And this is probably the worst leg that I've encountered in my last 20 games. Maybe once every 20, 25 games. And I should have had that. Look at Sanders reaching, but just can't get there. Yeah, probably, once every 20, 25 games you get a game like this where it's just it's pretty obvious that the leg is horrible. The leg is going to be horrible. It was on his end, and I know that. And I get through the line with Ray Lewis. He just knocks him over. I knew it wasn't just on my end, and no offense to this guy, but it was definitely his fault. Why do I say that? Because coming up, you'll see there's an example of it in this game where it just shows that his leg is actually, and look at me just falling over. His leg is actually a lot worse than mine is. Which maybe should have meant that I should have crushed this guy or something like that. But it doesn't matter really how much leg you have, I guess. The smallest hint of leg Like if the game, I don't know, I'm trying to put this into words. It's kind of hard to explain. If there was like a very consistent amount of leg, it would be better than just small leg spikes, you know, because you could get used to that. But small leg spikes, like when you try to make a cut with a guy, or you know, you try to audible, or you try to pick a play, and then boom, leg spike, extremely frustrating. And fumble! But of course, you know, we have 5 guys diving onto the ball. I think that was actually only 3. But we don't get it. His one guy over there just picks up the ball. I'm trying to click on, press Y as fast as I can. But, you know, we'll blame that on the leg. It was obviously the leg's fault. Looks like an obvious running play here. It is. Little halfback draw. We stuff it. Like I always say, be careful when you come out in just 2 wide receiver sets, you know, with the stack line. And, you know, it's very, very easy to see sometimes when it's going to be a halfback draw. And look at, that was just leg. It was leg that Ray Lewis ran up, like up into his center's face. And here it is. Here's the example I was talking about. That I've had this happen to me before, and I thought this was game. I thought he had left. That was it. Game over. The leg had gotten to him. But I have actually had this happen to me before. What happens is you press A and they don't hike it, so you press A again, and you keep pressing A, and then he hikes it and he throws it to A right away. Which usually, you know, A has just come off the line and is not going to be able to catch that. So usually it's just throwing into the offensive lineman or throwing it down to the ground. I think it happens again right here. Am I right? Yep, look at him. You know, he's just trying to hike the ball. I feel for the guy, but hey, bud, the leg is on your end. Sorry, but when I can play, you know, 25 games straight, and then nothing changes, and I play the 26th, and it's like this, it's on your end. So he does settle for the field goal here. We get a good stop. I don't know. Can you consider that a good stop? I guess, because it was the leg. It's his fault. But, you know, a stop is a stop is a stop. We'll take it. He comes out on the onside kick. I elect not to take a timeout because usually my guys have decent hands, but not this time. Of course, goes right off of him. Oh, so frustrating. You know, not only is there immense leg in this game, but I was able to hold him to 3, and then what does he do? He onside kicks it and he gets it back. Unbelievable. Oh man, was I pissed at this game. You know, at this time, I was like, this guy, something better happened in this game that goes my way, or this guy better get, look at that. Like, Sanders was right there, but, oh man. I don't even really know what to say. It's frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. I don't know. I don't know what to say. You know, we're getting beat by the leg. Unluckiness. Somehow he recovers the onside kick. You know, whatever. I was really frustrated at this point in the game. The first quarter comes to an end, and it's not looking good. We do get the ball at halftime, so that's a positive. You know, the goal here remains the same, which is hold him to a field goal. We come back, we score a touchdown. Probably take the rest of the time off the second quarter. We're up 7-6 going into halftime. We get the ball. Good defense right there. He's trying to run the read option for RG3. No, you don't get to do that. And I'm curious what people defer to when it's really leggy. You know, do they play it like there's snow on the ground, where they try for like short passes and are really run heavy, or you know, what is their? And he hits me with the screen here. Come on. He gets put. Did you not see my guy get pushed in the back? That's got to be. I know there's a flag for that. I think that's what they consider clipping, right? I don't think you can just like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of holding. But regardless, we go down 10-0. See, this is where it would have been great, or maybe not so great, to be doing this as a live commentary. And then he comes out on onside kick again. I was like, you know what? If I'm meant to lose this game, I'm meant to lose this game. You know, I'm not gonna take a timeout to switch. You know, to an onside recover. If this doesn't go my way, then it doesn't go my way. You know, what are you gonna do? But it's not really a big deal. You know, the score at this time, sure, we're down 10-0. But you have to look at the time in the game. We get ball at half. If we score right here, and maybe use up all the clock or get a stop on him, and we go into halftime down 10-7, we get the ball, I'll take that all day. You know, because more often than not, maybe not in this leg, but more often than not, we're going to score a touchdown on, I don't know, I want to say maybe 70% of our drives. Field goal on another 10, and then maybe a 20% turnover rate. I don't know. Maybe that's high, 20% turnover rate. I don't know. Whatever. But we are moving the ball somewhat. We're getting down the field. There is 2:40 left on the clock. I forget if the clock... Yeah, okay, it is running here. I'm not really too worried about the time. I just want to score. You know, I try to run because I think that's what would be easiest to do. In a situation like this, you know, I feel like running is the safest route. It's the easiest route. You know, you don't want to call pass plays and then it lags when you hike it and then you throw it into the ground like that guy. Or maybe you try to time an out route or a crossing route where he clears a zone and then you throw an interception. You know, because I'm pretty sure if I was to throw an interception here, I probably would have broke something because I hate games like this. I absolutely hate leg. It's death. It's so, you know, I wanted to quit out even though I had ball right here. You know, I had ball. I was driving. I had ball at halftime. I wanted to quit right here. You know, I was like, it's just so painful to play. You know, I don't really care about the win or the loss at this point. I'm just done with this game. And we hit him over the top. Calvin Johnson looked like he was playing like two men way deep. So we got Calvin Johnson all the way down to the 3. The clock is running. Look at this. You can just see like the players in the background. And what is actually like not apparent, what you guys don't see, is how painful and how frustrating it is just to get to the play that I want to call. You know, all you have to do is, I think you have to press X for an open play call. You have to select your set, and you have to select your play. You know, so you have like 3, and look at this leg. I think I was trying to hike it. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm just running time off the clock here and blaming weird things. But yeah, look at this. It's disgusting. All you have to do is press 3 buttons to get to your play. That's it. 3 buttons. And look at this. Just look at this leg. Like the game stops. It stops. Stops again. But yeah, just to get to the play, I wanted to throw my controller against the wall over and over and over again. You know, and usually when this happens, either the leg like this I'm talking about, either, you know, it continues and eventually somebody gets kicked. Either your peer gets kicked for excessive grieving, which I think just means that they legged out, or you have a network timeout. You know, usually it's a coin flip. Honestly, doesn't really matter whose connection it is. It's a coin flip usually, or you know, there's leg in the beginning maybe, but then it goes away. You know, then it's it. Then it's over. We're at the 4-yard line here, and when he stacks up on goal line like this, run the toss. It's a solid play. You guys know I watch iMaverick a lot. This is what he recommends. You know, when you're on the 5-yard line and they come out in stacked goal line, run the toss. It works just like that. It works beautifully. So we did score our touchdown. That is what we wanted to do. He has 29 seconds left, which is, it's more than enough time with 3 timeouts. But, you know, if we can just get a couple stops within the series, then we should be able to hold him somewhat. So, you know, we're feeling better at this point, but we're not feeling great. I'm not too excited to play defense against the leg monster. There's the title of the video. The leg monster. Since I'm sure Leg City has been used more than enough. But that's the great thing about this kick that I use, is you don't need to, look at Brandon Marshall just shaking guys off. You don't need to hit the kick perfectly. You don't need to hit the kick at all. You just let it run up, let it run down, and it goes. So that's advantaged me in the leg, I think, because I'm used to that. I'm used to not having to really focus on my kicker. And one of the things in games like this that you have to realize is, if you're going to try to win by kicking a field goal, you don't want to have to kick a single field goal in this game. I don't really know how he made the first field goal. I don't remember really. Well, he had only made 1 field goal. I don't really remember how far it was. I don't think it was very far, but we were trying not to kick any field goals. And here it goes. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. You know, so painful. At this point, I'm like, you know what? At least it looks like the game's going to end. And it does. And he gets kicked. And we get the win. Moved to 5-2 for our MUT seasons. I was overjoyed at this point in time. I was so happy. I think I go back into the game just to make sure it did count as a win, which it did. We're 5-2. We've won 4 in a row. We're excited. So I appreciate you guys watching. Peace out.